Hey, John Hickok here. I wanted to show you guys one of my favorite survival knives, and you know it's good because I'm still here, I'm alive. It's the GI Tanto, Tomato, I don't know how you guys pronounce it, but I usually say Tanto. And as you can see, it has the Tanto shaped blade. So this is a little knife that I picked up, not this particular one. I bought one of these probably 6 years ago maybe, something like that. It's been a long time. I picked this up from Cold Steel. I think I ordered it online, I believe, when I was getting into knife throwing and stuff. Just thought that it kind of looked cool, and it wasn't very expensive. It was like 20 bucks or something at the time. And just really loved this thing more than I thought that I would. Really got to where I was throwing it. It was actually getting pretty good with it several years ago, throwing it and everything. And it's just a handy little hacker. It has a nice size to it. It's got, you know, decent amount of thickness to the blade, and you know, Cold Steel is known for having, you know, making pretty good steel and everything. So it's, you know, it's pretty robust and tough and everything. And just a good little knife to kind of throw on. You can hack small limbs with it. You're not going to take out anything really big with it, but good for small limbs, great for throwing. They even say, I've never tried it, but they say that you can make a spear, use it as a spearhead. And that, of course, here's the sheath that it comes with. Nice little Kydex sheath. But this is actually one that I picked up recently, and I bought it just to, I think I lost the other one, I don't know what happened to it. But this one I just kind of been keeping in my truck for the past couple of years. So it's in a lot better shape than the original one that I had. But man, I really put that thing through the ringer. I think that, you know, the end eventually was kind of, you know, chipped off or broken off. And now it's not one of those knives that's going to last you necessarily a lifetime with hard use or anything. I'm not saying that about it, because it's not expensive. It's just a great little inexpensive do-all survival knife. And again, like I said, it's light but yet heavy enough to cut a decent amount of decent thickness of limbs and things like that. And that's where this knife really excels. And also the versatility of it. It's got these little, of course, it's got these grips on here, these plastic grips, almost like 1911 grips, with little Allen heads you can take off. Of course, while I'm doing this, I'll remind you to go check out budsgunshop.com. Appreciate all their help and everything they do for us. Also, go to the link in the description of the video and join the NRA if you have not done that. You can join them through our link. And also check out sdi.edu if you want a career in gunsmithing. And we're not using any federal ammo in this video for obvious reasons, but of course we always appreciate them for hooking us up. Alright, pull that panel off, and of course you got, just like a 1911, you got this little thing in here that holds the threads, screw into. Take that off. And now, of course, you could throw it with those grips on there, but you wouldn't really want to. I think I tried that when I got the other one, and they just come loose really quickly, and it's not really what they're designed for. You want to take this off if you're going to throw it. It's just got a neat shape to it. This little place right here, you can kind of put get your finger. I was like, what is this thing called? It's a finger. That's right. You get your finger in there. You can really, you know, come down hard on something with it, and you're not going to lose it. And you've got kind of like a Bowie knife. You've got a little bit of an edge back here, you know, which is kind of cool. But I'll go ahead and throw it a couple times now. I haven't, other than throwing it a few times today before the video, I'm super rusty when it comes to throwing knives. Now, several years ago, I was not, I'm not gonna say good at it, but I was decent because I did it all the time. You know, I was still living here, you know, several years ago, but I don't have a good place to throw a knife where I live now. All right, let's try a few. I'm probably gonna miss a bunch, but I got some footage you guys are gonna see that I recorded before of some of my successful hits. Okay. So I found about here is a good one turn distance. Of course, when you're throwing a knife, you have to base it on how many turns it's going to have. So this is about a one turn. Oh. All right, well, there you go. So I wanted to get just a little bit of footage of me sticking it. Like I said, I'm super rusty, and you know, it's been a long time since I've really thrown it seriously. I may get back into it though and do a video on just throwing the knife and the technique and everything once I get my feel for it again, because I've found that throwing a knife, you can't just learn how to throw one type of knife and then pick up another one and be able to throw it well. To a certain extent, you've got to get one that's the same weight and stick with it and really religiously just throw that thing over and over and over, stay in the same spot. You got to have a certain amount of consistency in what you're doing, and it just takes a long time. It just really does. It was months before I was really able to stick it consistently, but I remember back when I did it a lot, usually when I would first start throwing it, you know, I would miss quite a few, but after throwing about 15 or 20, you know, I would probably hit like 75% of the time I would be able to stick it, you know. So it can be done with some hard work like anything. But anyways, it's a neat little knife, and I thought you guys might want to take a look at it and get some close-ups of it. Of course, made in China. You know, again, like I said, it's not like the ultimate in knife quality or anything like that. And I think most of you know what you get with Cold Steel is just a good quality for the money. That's the way I've always looked at Cold Steel. You know, for the price, because their stuff is usually fairly inexpensive, unless it's something like some of their really high-end stuff, like some of their knives. What's it called? The Sanmai steel that has the Japanese steel in it and everything. You know, it's just a good, solid little knife. It's the kind of thing where, you know, if you break it or lose it or something like that, it's not like a huge tragedy. I keep meaning to pick up some more of these. Just have several of them kind of laying around in different, you know, survival packs or just in my truck and stuff like that. But anyways, just want to show you guys this little knife, and we'll talk to you later.